Greetings, folks. This is Mason Weaver. Stay right or be left. Eternity is a long time to be wrong. I'm going to wait a few minutes before I start my video to get some of you guys a chance to tune in. But I'm basically going to try to do this video live every day, weekday, at noon Central. It's my intent. I'm going to make an obligation, especially at the beginning of the year, to do this. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in, signing up. Oh, and for buying my book. Yeah, that's important. Mason Weaver at masonweaver.com, my email, but buying the books on Amazon.com or other sources. I really appreciate that. That keeps me independent. It's okay to leave the plantation, tribalism, other books. Also, I appreciate the opportunity to come out and speak to you guys. Small groups, large groups, church groups, college groups, Republican groups. I love Women Federated. I love the Republican Party Central Committees. I really appreciate that. That keeps me independent. I'm retired. I no longer have a staff. I no longer have a marketing plan. So I'm just giving my opinion, answering your questions, and going home. I appreciate this year the support I've gotten from you guys listening. You fans are great. I also want to invite you to my event in Raleigh. We have a plan in Raleigh. We're going to launch an organization in Raleigh. It's not just a rally. It's not just a chance to hear me speak and meet me. It's not just a chance to buy my books. This is a chance to launch something for 2018. You all know how important 2018 is. So join me if you can, January the 19th in Raleigh. You can go to my website or may leave a link here somewhere, but it's on Eventbrite. We just want you to come out and join us. But 2017, the year is ending. This is December the 9th. What a week. We celebrated Pearl Harbor. We celebrated the anniversary of Japan's sneak attack on us. It wasn't really a sneak attack. It was the fact that we were not paying attention. We had lost focus. Japan was angry at us because they wanted our metal, our steel, to build an army to conquer and destroy Asia. And we said no. And so they planned to take it. That's how evil is. They planned to take it. And negotiations had broken down a long time before we recognized it, because they had launched their ships, launched their military against us before we even knew it. Pearl Harbor was a lesson about not taking your eye off of your enemy. Same thing with 9/11. Not taking your eye off your enemy. We took our eyes off. They bombed the Trade Center once before. We took our eyes off, and we may be doing it again. Thank God Donald Trump is in power now, and maybe we can stop this. But also in November, in November we saw the first anniversary of Donald Trump's election. And next month, by the way, on January the 20th, we're going to be celebrating the first anniversary of his inauguration. I will be in Raleigh on the 19th. Let's join together and celebrate that. But November the 8th, we celebrated the first anniversary of Donald Trump's inauguration and liberals' heads exploding. We saw the liberals' head explode. Liberalism does nothing without planning. They plan for weeks, months, years in advance. They plan everything that they do. They fully expected Hillary Clinton to be president. They planned on that. They planned on her inauguration, her coronation, and they went on planning on what was going to happen afterwards. They did not expect Donald Trump. The minute Donald Trump was elected, was even projected as president, the liberals went nuts. They threw off their fake massage. They took off their fake masks. They exposed themselves for what they really, really are. You remember the limousine burning? You remember the women walking and marching in pink outfits? You remember the hate-filled rhetoric from news commentators, politicians? Hatred, the first day, the first hour. You remember that? That's who they are, folks. Do not forget, the mask was off for a second because they had to regroup. They couldn't plan long term. They had to regroup. They had until January 20th before this man took over. They had to scatter and shuffle and puff. You saw from the top of government The FBI, the CIA, the leaks, they came all over the place. You saw it. You saw them. They were prepared to tear this country apart. They were prepared to riot, demonstrate, protest. You had people, high officers in government, lying, falsifying documents. That's who they are. Now, I'm telling you, folks, I'll tell you over and over again, I was a good liberal. At Berkeley, Black Power. I was revolutionary. I was a Berkeley radical student, Merritt College radical student. I studied Swahili. I studied Black history. I took sociology from Melvin Newton, Harriet Newton's older brother. I know liberalism. And I'm telling you, first, you cannot change them. They could change themselves. You cannot change them. You cannot recruit. I don't reach out to liberals. I don't reach out. Had you reached out to me at Berkeley in 1973, 1974, you'd have brought back a bloody nub. Nothing you do for me. So, folks, they expose themselves to you. And they expose themselves as liars. Matter of fact, they expose themselves to what they call you. You don't have to figure them out. You have to have a college degree. You sit back and listen to what they call you. They call you hatred because they're hatred. They call you intolerant because they are intolerant. They call you racist because they are very racist. Ask John Conyers if they're racist. You know, they'll come against you, and now they got the sexual innuendos. Oh, women just have to accuse you now. Don't you understand? Women are accusing these guys. That's all they're doing, they're accusing. It doesn't matter what they did. It matters about the accusation. Remember when they had, I guess it was Nixon, when they had it was the seriousness of the accusation, of the charges. No charges. So I'm here to tell you about this year in. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate America, the USA. Let's celebrate who we are as a country, who we are as a culture. One culture, one people, one language. Let's celebrate it. Stand up proudly. Do not let them continue to tell you how bad you are. Don't let them take down your statue. Let's rebel against that idea. Don't let them take down your monuments. Don't let them tell you that a segment of the country is evil. We are Americans, black and white. We have conflict among us. That makes us strong. Understand, the conflict makes us strong because we generate the interest to solve the problem. We're the only nation. We are the only nation in the history of mankind that tore itself apart many times to correct our faults, just to correct our faults. Other nations have torn themselves apart to correct what the power players want. We tore ourselves apart in the Revolutionary War, in the Civil War, to change our focus because we were off our point, who we were as a country. We're the only nation that conducted a civil war where you had sons fighting sons, brothers fighting brothers to free strangers. When have you seen a nation fighting among itself to free strangers in its midst? And now we have these clowns tell us that we're racist because we don't want to open our borders and every misfit that wants to come in. No. Mexico, fix your problem. South America, fix your problem. You have a culture so disadvantaged. You have a culture so backwards. A culture so full of feudalism thoughts and European feudalistic ideas that you will force your people to walk 200 miles across the desert to cut my grass. The problem's with you when you have parents bringing their kids here illegally, letting them grow up here illegally without paperwork, and getting jobs and careers started illegally, and now they face a crisis. It's supposed to be our crisis. DECA, the dreamers, blame your parents for the conditions you're in right now. Blame those child-abusing parents who came here for their own selfish reasons and dragged their kids from their native countries and planted them here with no nation, no country, in a twilight zone somewhere. That's the problem. That's child abuse. And now we're supposed to repair it because we're Americans. We're going to take care of it because we're Americans. This year, as the year ends, you have now Europe upset at our president because he dares to act presidential. You have Europe upset because he went to Israel and said, I'm going to recognize your capital. I'm going to recognize the capital God gave you. I'm going to move my embassy there. Now, he might not do it. The fact he said it, the fact he was the only president in power who said it, it's made Europe upset. It's upset the Muslims. Europe is upset. Europe is upset. Gee, let me remind you clowns. Let me remind you. Only two kinds of European nations. The kinds whose butts we've kicked and the kinds whose butts we have saved. European, you should be thanking America. You should have a God bless America Day. It should be a national holiday in every country in Europe. It should be a national, twice we put you behind out of the fire. Twice. You got a nerve to have a problem with our president. Muslims. Somebody tell me who was the first or the last Palestinian president? What was the Palestinian capital? Where was the Palestinian army? Who was the first general of the Palestinian army? Where did Palestine have their capital? Folks, your nation never existed because you are an imaginary nation, imaginary people. Jerusalem been around for thousands of years, always the capital. It is, will always be the capital. It is eternal. And President Trump recognized it. So as the year ends, God bless America. As the year ends, God bless you. Thank you again for all your support. I really appreciate it. You buy tribalism. You buy It's Okay to Leave the Plantation. Keeps me free. Keeps me independent. Nobody can call me and say, Mason, if you don't say this, I'm going to cut your money off. Nobody can call me and say, Mason, if you don't say this, I won't do business with you. I can say I have thousands of fans supporting me, buying my books, boycott them. I have thousands of fans inviting me to come out to my speeches. Boycott them. You guys keep me loud. You keep me bold. I can relax knowing I have the warmth, comfort of my fans. You kidding me? My fans. I like that. It keeps me free, keeps you informed. So as we go through this next year, folks, understand, I'm here for you. I'm not going no place, nowhere, no how. I will give you the truth right between the lies. I'll provide you with clarity. I will do my research before I bring anything to you. So you can relax. I hope to see you in January the 19th in Raleigh. If I don't see you there, I'm going to talk about you individually on this program. Trust me. I'm going to put a link. There's a link up already on Right Wing News about this. You can go to my website. You'll be able to find it. It's not clear. You can't find it very easily. We're going to fix that, and I apologize for you. But it will be the 20th. You can always write me for instructions of where it's going to be. Mason Weaver at Mason Weaver. We will make it easier to find. It's free for everyone in Raleigh. January the 19th. We're going to go to St. Louis after that. We're going to go to San Diego in the fall. We're going to form an online organization so that you can get more information and we can bring these liberals to us. One more thing before I leave, folks. Liberals are tired of being liberal. They're tired of being lied to. They're tired of being pushed around. They're tired of being told they're weak. They're tired, and they're looking for a way out. They're looking for a way out of that plantation. Liberalism is an abusive point of view. It's an abusive belief system. As a matter of fact, if you are a liberal, you have to be sad. You think that the earth is going to end, the air is going to be dirty, the ocean is going to rise. Everybody hates you. You're only a product of your mother's choice. They're tired. They're tired of the abuse. But like an abused woman, when the cops come, she fights the cop until she gets enough, and then she'll pour hot grease on the dude and leave. And you better have a safe place for her to come to when she gets enough. Liberals have had enough. I've seen it nationwide, folks. They've had enough. We have to build a safe place for them to come to when they're tired of it. We're going to start building that in Raleigh on January the 19th, 2018. See you there. Look for the directions and information. This is Mason Weaver. Stay right or be left. We're going to go to freedom. God bless you.